And we're live. It says you're live, John.
Welcome to YouTube. Do a little quality check.
Quality check.
Quality check.
Check 2 1 2.
One of your mics and just see if.
Check.
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 Mic condom.
Check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
We are good to go.
Mic check. Mic check.
I think it might be on the right.
This is my recital. I think it's very vital.
Sometimes condoms are difficult to put on.
I wish I was working with that girth.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. I like it.
We are golden pony boys.
Wow.
Let me give a little
We're
likey
live.
like.
We're live.
We're live, but are you living? Go. I don't know. I lost it. No free ads. No free ads.
No free ads. No free ads.
Welcome, YouTube.
Welcome, YouTube.
Should we put it on this screen?
Should we put it on this screen?
One more?
2 more.
3 more? Yeah.
Ooh.
We are back.
We're back.
Week 6 of
Week
the
6.
NF National Foundations Lacrosse.
Ayo.
For all the things that is not a part of the NFL, baby. National Football League. Welcome back, YouTube. And boys, welcome back.
How we doing?
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Week 6 of the PB&J Sports Talk.
It was a big week.
Yeah.
Both footballs.
Both footballs.
The round and the oblong.
Wow.
How about anything college-wise this week?
You know.
Yeah.
Tennessee handled business. LSU is who we thought they were.
Ooh.
And that's about it. You know, college doesn't get dicey until about 4 more weeks. So that's college talk.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
sorry to cut you off there, but before we go over to the football talk, just wanted to mention that we have a Spotify channel
that we do
for our podcasts on Mondays. Well, we live stream on Sundays, but we post on Mondays. It is called PB, this and symbol, J on Spotify. We also have an Instagram.
that we do. It's pb.j_podcasts, as you can see right here. And then also, if you're viewing on YouTube, we'd love a like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know how we're doing. What are you thinking?
Please let us know. We're here to provide you with all the most useless information we can possibly provide to optimize your fantasy football team.
Yeah, we've been doing all right so far, I'd say.
Yeah, some better than others.
I think so.
Chill.
It's been
chill, Mr. Kelsey.
Oh,
calm down over there.
We'll get into that a little later. But first, from the original pond back across it, the English Premier League
EPL update.
That round ball. Okay. Jump into it from results wise. Just going to run down the scores really quick from this past weekend. Forest won, Villa won, both struggling, both contenders, I'd say, to go down. Forest had a good start, but from there, they didn't really kick on. Villa have just been very piss poor, to be honest. Palace 2, Leeds 1. I think that's really going to be a mid-table clash throughout the whole season. West Ham finally finding the groove, 3-1 against Fulham. I think Fulham are going to be fine, but the star striker Mitrovic he's out for a little while, injured, so they may struggle for goals, but I think defensively they might be solid enough. The big winners of the week, Arsenal 3, Liverpool 2.
Ooh.
Arsenal are really starting to show that consistency. Every challenge they get, they kind of seem to come through with flying colours, other than the United game where they got beat. Yes.
Great success.
Great success. Yeah, they're doing very, very well. They might be, if they can continue on, the only challengers for City, to be honest.
They're not beating my Manchester City.
They won't.
They can't.
But
Impossible.
They're the only ones who are going to maybe keep up-ish within like 30 points at the end of the season.
Yeah, there we go.
Arsenal's still number 1 right now, right?
Right now, yes.
Don't worry. Sorry. My team
Disgusting.
will be able to.
Don't listen to
Your Erling
will be able
Haaland's team.
Huh?
Your Erling Haaland's team
Yeah.
is going to.
Therefore, Man City will be number 1 by January 19th, 2023.
Oh, they'll be there before then. Arsenal got a place.
But they will be there by January 19th, 2023.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
Okay.
Liverpool continue to struggle. They're 10th in the league. Matip out, Trent out, Luis Diaz out. They're showing a little bit of a struggle. Sadio Mane gone. He's really a big miss for them. Darwin Nunez, though, one to watch. I think he's starting to get the feel of the Premier League. Looked really good against Arsenal, actually. But that was the big win. Congratulations to my guy, Cristiano. 700 club career goals.
700.
700.
If you guys didn't know, that's one goal 700 times.
That it is.
Ball in the back of the net 700 times.
2 of those goals have been with unspecified parts of the body, if you know what I mean.
Hey!
Maybe.
Y'all thought I was going to say something.
I was waiting.
Oh, I was.
Phalangical extension.
There we
That's
go.
what it was.
I like that. But yeah,
Also known as his PP.
Oh.
United 2-1 away
2-1.
Everton. I was happy with that.
It was away.
It was away. It's a good overall performance.
How
Maybe.
good is Man City this year? I mean, come on.
I told you they're the Monstars. That's what it is. No one's stopping them. It's horrible as a
No
United
one
fan.
is stopping us. Y'all heard that here. Y'all heard that.
Until Leicester does it again. No, I'm just
Oi.
kidding. Leicester's not going to do it again.
But continue, sorry. I didn't want to cut you off there.
No,
with Man
you're
City,
fine. You're fine. You know, it really hurts me to say.
I've been a lifelong Manchester fan. You know,
Just the-
regardless of
just the whole city.
United or City, Manchester, just
Place in your heart.
the best in the world.
Oh.
One question.
Answer.
Beckham or De Bruyne?
Beckham.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't even have to think about that one.
Okay. Ooh, one
In terms
more.
of skill, De Bruyne, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. Yeah.
Rooney or Aguero?
Oh, you all day, dude. Yeah. I don't know him that well.
You all day. But I love me some Coon, baby. I love me some Coon. No,
Oh.
I go Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Longevity. Legend.
Mhm.
Legend. But back to the results really quick. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. Not expecting much from Wolves the next few weeks. Manager got sacked the other week.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do anything before the World Cup. City 4, Southampton 0. They
That's
didn't have to
right.
get out of second gear.
Y'all heard it first.
João Cancelo, amazing.
Yeah.
everything about City.
Argentina's going to take it all this year.
You think?
Very much so. They're going to take it all.
Messi send off.
Messi's barely going to play.
Messi's last World Cup. Ronaldo's last World Cup.
Supposedly. Mm-hmm.
America's last World Cup.
Think about buying a Matic jersey. We need a Serbia got a team.
Yeah.
Made in the World Cup.
I don't know if.
Or you do it just buy a tank. You might as well.
I think you're safe with the tank.
I'll get on Wish.
Massive result. Newcastle 5, Brentford 1.
Ooh.
Newcastle really finding the consistency under Eddie Howe.
Consistency is key.
Almiron starting to kick on.
Shout out Atlanta United.
Guimaraes.
Is that where he's from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
See, Bournemouth 2, Leicester 1. Leicester really
I hardly know her.
Really struggling. Sorry, John.
No.
But it's massive win for Bournemouth, though. They were struggling at the start of the season. Sacked the coach. New guy comes in, and they get the new manager bounce. We'll see if he gets a full-time job, but he's doing well so far. And the last result of the weekend, Tottenham winning away at Brighton. Harry Kane, unstoppable at the moment.
Obviously.
I know. Okay.
Uh-oh. Let me just say that's a big top 6 to 8 kind of game there, because
Really?
I'm tipping Brighton to do well. Tottenham have to really stay consistent to keep, United, Chelsea, even Liverpool from creeping back in, because at the moment City and Arsenal just look a little bit too good. So that's a big win for Tottenham away. But yeah, the big winners were Arsenal over Liverpool. Everything that gets thrown at them, they're just batting away. So, well done to them. Martinelli, Jesus, they got that little Brazilian-ish connection up there. We'll see how they go now that they're going to have Thursday night games, Europa, if they have the squad depth. But really quick, ones to watch next week. If you're playing fantasy, you've got a Brighton-Brentford game. Leandro Trossard on fire. I'd pip him to score quite a few there, and maybe even assist, because Brentford's back line doesn't look fantastic at the moment.
To cut you off there for a second, would you captain him?
No, I
Okay.
would not captain Trossard.
Okay. Continue on, and then we'll talk about captains.
We'll find the captain. Leicester Palace. I'm going to pip Palace to keep going strong.
Okay.
Their front three, Zaha, Eze, Elise, that's a scary front three, I think, with Leicester's defence as well. They're like a sieve at the moment. They're just draining and draining. So that might be a high-scoring game there. That could get ugly, to be honest. Fulham Bournemouth, going to be a tight game. That one might be either a 4-4 or a 0-0.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just very inconsistent attacking and defensively. So Wolves Forest, again, that's probably going to be a sleeping game. You might just want to watch the scoreline, but other than that, I don't think it's going to be anything fun. Spurs Everton, Tottenham going to be too strong, especially at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Villa Chelsea, I am going for a Villa win here.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. Said it. You heard it here first.
What?
I
don't even have that on my game list.
I don't think Chelsea can stay like back to back consistently.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with their performances recently, to be honest. So we'll see, but that's kind of going to be my one to watch.
Okay.
Potential banana skin, I suppose. Leeds Arsenal away at Leeds. It's going to be a test, but I think Arsenal got too much firepower. Watch Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, Odegaard, 4 massive players to watch there. Leeds have got Aronson, the US national player, who's looking good, but I don't think he's going to break down that Arsenal defense. I would probably take like Ramsdale maybe out of this fixture list as my goalkeeper.
Okay.
I think. Big top 6 battle. Manchester United, Newcastle United. 2 teams on form.
That's big.
It's going to be a scrappy one at Old Trafford. I'm pipping very close game, maybe a 1-0, 2-1. I think United are going to come out on top of that one.
You said 1-0 or 2-1?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game.
They are the slight favorite in that game. Slight favorite.
Very slight.
Minus 105. Slightest as it comes.
Next, Southampton, West Ham. I think West Ham.
We're getting to fantasy football in a second. We also cover fantasy soccer, so appreciate you watching.
You probably never heard of these players before. He's like, Zaha, who?
He did say, he asked this question, then he said, wait, is this fantasy soccer or football? Yeah, hang tight with us. We'll be there in a few.
Yeah, we'll be there in a few.
But
we do cover both, so we're doing fantasy soccer first, and then we'll head over to football.
Only a few more fixtures left here. As I was going to say, Southampton, West Ham. I think West Ham, they're starting to get on a run now. David Moyes knows what he's doing. He's got Skamaka.
Yeah, wow.
Jared Bowen, you guy.
Yeah, I love him.
He's starting to get on form. Declan Rice. I mean,
who doesn't love rice?
I know. Come on, Rice.
All of them.
Rice, baby.
Oh, rice, and gravy. Shout out Louisiana.
Do I need to say anything else?
No.
Liverpool
City.
Liverpool City. Liverpool are a shambles at the back. City are a tank going forward. This, even though it's away at Anfield, Liverpool are going through a really difficult patch. City, even though they drew today in the Champions League away at Copenhagen without Haaland, I think Haaland might go off this weekend. I would captain him, maybe triple captain him, or De Bruyne, or Phil Foden. Defensively, this week, I'd look strong with Arsenal, probably with Spurs.
Yeah.
And then maybe even with like West Ham, I think even away from home, because Southampton are just not, they're not getting it together in front of goal. Attacking wise, Arsenal, City players, Crystal Palace players, whoever you can get. I'd say Zaha, Elise, Eze in that game. I think they're going to go off because that Leicester defense are terrible.
Yeah.
But so far as big games, that's City Liverpool one. That's going to be. It could go either way. You don't want to fight a lion when it's on its back, but is it turning into a lioness? But we'll find out.
I have a hot prediction. Liverpool scores 2.
Ooh.
City scores 1.
Oh, wow. Wait, is that 2 own goals?
2-1, Liverpool wins.
Upset.
Wow.
Upset.
That's the big upset. Upset for your weekend.
Book it.
I was going to say my bet of the week in Premier League actually favors Man City, minus 130 favorite. That's pretty good money for the team that they are. Comparing it to, right? A Liverpool, City's minus 130, Chelsea's minus 135 against Aston Villa. That's City. That's a great bet. That's a beautiful bet, to be honest. Draws plus 310. Don't see that happening. However, Liverpool is also plus 310. So if you're looking for the underdog like Aaron, a little plus 310 on Liverpool.
Put it on your whole life savings. They will win. Yeah, trust me, they will win.
Transfer from savings to
2-1.
checking. Takes 3 days. Do it now.
I've never been a big Manchester fan. I always see the flaws in them. They'll lose this week.
Ooh.
You can't sleep on a team that scored 9 goals, 9-0. Just saying.
But yeah, that was the Premier League kind of catch up, and also look ahead to the next week of fixtures.
Very, very intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
I do have just one question on EPL. I'm only familiar with Arsenal bringing in Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I know they brought in other people. Last year, they went on a run to kind of set up this team for this season.
Yes.
Were they a Gabriel Jesus away from being this dominant, or are they just a hot team and they were going to even out? A little plateau.
Hot team.
Okay.
Got some great youngsters, but they're all on form. They're all firing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see after the World Cup, I think, when that mid-season kind of plateau hits. When it comes to Christmas, New Year's, and that January month of fixtures, that's where you see a team who either comes out in flying colours or goes down the drain.
Gotcha.
And also transfer season, January, the whole month. So we'll see. But it's just a hot streak at the moment for Arsenal. I think the only team that's going to stay hot is City, to be honest. But yeah, they're definitely a team to watch out for, though. And if they can stay together as a unit, I think they'll be maybe a top 4 team for the next few years.
Okay.
I like it.
That was the round ball.
Do it all with Jesus on your side. Jesus.
Always.
All right.
Oval?
For the National Football League. International the past 2 weeks, playing in London time. What you got, eh?
Well, we can go over some games from last week.
All right.
Talk about the big ones.
Okay.
And then we'll go over top performers of the week from last week, week 5. And then we'll hit the waiver wires and see who Aaron likes this week. And then we'll go with this week. We're definitely doing a trade target.
Mm-hmm.
We're at that time of the year where if you don't make a move, you're probably not going to win your league. So we'll go over some trade targets. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the chat. Same with you too. If you have any ideas about your team, let's go over it. Let's talk about it. Let's see if we can help these people and get them to first place or last place.
Let's get into it.
That's how we do it.
Let's do it.
All right, John, want to start us off?
Yeah, let's start us off. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this game. It is what it is. It's a Thursday night game.
Oh.
It was field goal fucking central.
Gosh.
Colts beat the Broncos 12-9, 7 total field goals. The EPL fan in this room is extremely happy to see kicking balls everywhere.
That's what it is.
13 punts.
It's football, isn't it?
Well, in this case, it was.
Or watching paint dry. Either way.
I mean, it was really nothing to point out in this game. It was extremely boring. No run game on both ends, in my opinion.
Both quarterbacks looking atrocious.
Yeah, terrible. I would say the only guy that I'm looking at on the Colts is Alec Pierce, wide receiver, rookie. It looks like Matt Ryan really loved him. Michael Pittman's Michael Pittman. That's about it on the Colts side. Broncos side, same thing. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. Nothing to go home about here. Rave home. That's about it. Let's move on.
All right. Next up, your New England Patriots.
I mean,
the number one scoring offense, the Detroit Lions, get shut at Gillette Stadium.
can we say that again?
The number one scoring Detroit Lions get shut out at Gillette Stadium, 29-0.
29-0.
Without Mac Jones.
Without Mac Jones.
Without Brian Hoyer. But they have Zappe.
Undrafted rookie. Shout out to Zappe.
Kylian Mbappe.
Damian Harris went out this game. Might be a multiple week injury, so we'll address that in the waiver wire pickup. If this person's not already picked up, then y'all are stupid. Nothing really to write home about here. Really nothing to go over. Jared Goff didn't really have anyone to throw to. Swift is out. Jamal Williams got hurt, I think, or didn't really perform. St. Brown was out. Everyone was out except Josh Reynolds. He played really well. I believe he was on my waiver wires or right on the cusp of making my waiver wires last week. But anyways, 29-0. Defense killed it. That's about it.
Let's go, Pats. All right, real quick, we had the London game. Packers go up 17-0. Giants come back and beat them 27-22. Shout out to Saquon Barkley owners.
Saquon.
As safe as Barclays Bank.
Safe as those quads. He can give Jackie Grealish a run for his money on those legs.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
That's power.
Yeah.
That's just power.
As far as this game goes, Saquon Barkley. AJ Dillon did nothing. Shout out to my fantasy team.
Romeo Dobbs didn't do anything either. Shout out to my bench.
But it's a good thing we didn't need him. Anything else on this game? Anybody got that? No?
Mm-mm.
All right, moving on. The Chargers survive a Brown scare, 30-28. I believe it was a missed field goal at the final seconds.
Yeah.
Browns going to Browns.
Hey, Austin Eckler coming into form here. 16 carries, 173 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. Added 4 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Man had like a 30-something point half PPR fantasy game. Clearly, Keenan Allen not being in the offense is really boosting his counterparts.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Williams, 134 yards, 10 receptions, no touchdowns, but still, that's 18 points in a half PPR league. The disappointment for the week, though, for the Chargers, Gerald Everett didn't really do much with Justin Herbert. Just 1 reception for 2 yards and only had 3 targets. So not sure what's going on there. I think he had back-to-back. No, he actually had a great week last week. So not sure what's going on there. Might just be a game script kind of thing. But shout out to the Chargers for pulling it out. Nick Chubb, 17 carries, 134, 2 touchdowns. Person that really standing out to me this week in that game, and maybe a viable fantasy option going forward, David Njoku. David Njoku, like what?
Finally living up to his expectations 4 years ago.
6 receptions, 88 yards. Yeah.
Number 6 tight end of the week.
6. All right, we've got a couple comments here. First one, I traded Najee and Antonio Gibson for Breece Hall. I don't think so.
I think you gave up too much for Breece Hall.
Yeah, I think you gave up too much for Breece Hall.
Not a like pull your hair out trade in my opinion, but I wouldn't have personally made that trade.
Bit of an if you won.
Yeah, Najee has a really hard schedule next few weeks. and clearly he's just not performing. Gibson might. Breece Hall has a higher floor than both Najee and Gibson, but I think if Najee has a higher ceiling, you went the safe route. Breece Hall, pretty solid, I guess. I mean, it's not a bad trade. If you needed, if you're in a PPR league, Breece Hall is great. So, all right, Dylan, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Our question from Dylan: you trading for Debo or AJ Brown? Brown has a better quarterback and schedule. Debo has higher floor. What are your thoughts?
As a Debo Samuel's owner, I like his involvement in the offense, but the Eagles and A.J. Brown are on a tear. A.J. Brown gets targets. Personally, like A.J. Brown more in this situation, even as a Debo owner. I like A.J.
Yeah, I'm with John on this one. As much as I hate Philadelphia, they do have a talented team. AJ, in my opinion, Debo can go off, right? They both have the same ceiling, in my opinion, but AJ Brown's floor is a lot higher, not Debo's, in my humble opinion. Jimmy Garoppolo can be inconsistent at times, so I'd take the more consistent quarterback in Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Jalen Hurts rookie card because we have it. I'd go AJ Brown here.
Yeah, he has a follow-up that kind of transitions from that trade. Turn Pittman and Mostert into Kamara.
Good job.
And can get Debo or AJ for Kamara now. I have Saquon and Eckler already.
I go AJ Brown just to, be congruent with my answer from your previous question. I go AJ Brown for Kamara.
Yeah, and definitely I agree. Trade Kamara away. He's just not he's not that dependable guy this season as he has been in the past. That New Orleans Saints offense is all over the place.
Yep.
I mean, this past week it was the Taysom Hill show. If your guy's willing to accept it, I go for AJ for Kamara all day long.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Appreciate it, Dylan.
All right. We went Chargers, Browns. Now I'm not even going to mention Texans, Jaguars. Who cares?
Yeah. Field goal central. Not even.
Yeah. Bills decimate the Steelers 38-3. Shout out Josh Allen, but more importantly, shout out the number one half PPR wide receiver of the week, Gabe Davis. He's in my wide receiver 3 spot.
Hell yeah.
And he put up big numbers. Got a W. Thank you, Gabe Davis. What was his stat line in the first half?
It was 2 receptions for 160 yards or something, 150 yards.
It's an honest day's work.
Yeah, I mean, his first touchdown was ridiculous. It was a one-handed catch. It was a 90. No, his first touchdown was a 92-yard.
Yeah. He caught it midfield and ran the rest of the way.
Yeah, second touchdown was like a 50-yarder. That was a one-handed, and he stole the ball from the – I mean, it was ridiculous. Shout out to Gabe Davis.
Shout out, Gabe. Never had any doubts. Rest of this game, it was Bills all the way. Steelers are who they are.
Yeah.
Shout out Josh Allen, Gabe Davis. Let's go. I'm going to come back to this Falcons-Bucks because it's a bigger issue, in my opinion, outside of fantasy football. So I'll hold that one. Next up, Jets decimate the Dolphins. We have no idea who the Dolphins are. I mean, apparently Tua was the Dolphins.
Which is crazy.
Jalen Waddle went from being number 4 overall wide receiver to has fallen off a cliff the past couple of weeks. Without Tua, he's got no connection there. And I was big on Jalen Waddle. Disappointing, to say the least. The Bears-Vikings, a divisional matchup, 29-22. Vikings take it. Shout out Justin Jefferson. He's getting back on the train. Helped secure a victory for my fantasy league personally. Not shout out to myself for not checking on David Montgomery coming back. because I played Khalil Herbert. His 2 points hurt me this week.
Yeah, clearly they trust David Montgomery a lot.
Yeah.
They love David Montgomery. Shout out to David Montgomery being on my bench.
He comes out healthy, and they give him the ball immediately.
Yeah, they just he didn't do well. He had like 10 carries, 20 yards, but he had 4 receptions for 62 yards and a touchdown. So he is their every down back. Khalil comes in if David's tired. If I was a fantasy owner and I had some trade capital, I would, and you're weak at your running back too, I would try and go after David Montgomery. His schedule isn't too bad coming up.
Note taken.
I just think he has a really high ceiling, more than a high floor. It can win you games for sure.
Appreciate you, Dylan. Dylan said appreciate, guys. So appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions or anything? Just shoot us a chat.
Yeah.
All right. Seahawks Saints 39-32. Like I said earlier, Taysom Hill show. Who knows with that Saints offense, honestly. It's hard to recommend anybody. Michael Thomas, when he comes back, he's still Michael Thomas. Mm-hmm. Still Michael Thomas. Mm-hmm. Chris Olave's out now.
Yeah.
If you use him as trade bait the last 2 weeks, bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Tell me the lottery numbers, please. Thank you.
As far as that game speaks for itself. It's just a barn burner.
Shout out Tyler Lockett. Back-to-back big performances, I believe.
Yep. Metcalf gets a touchdown as well. Helps his
right
owners.
Now, in my opinion, Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are must-starts every week. They are. They have a solid schedule, in my opinion. Very much so fantasy friendly. So I would I'll try and trade for DK or Tyler because they're going to be their value is not as high as some of these other receivers, but you're going to get the same results with them. You get what I'm saying?
Would you say they're higher value in full PPR or half?
Tyler Lockett in full, DK Metcalf more so standard or half PPR.
I like it. I like it a lot. Right. We got 49ers Panthers. 49ers pull away. Was a tight game for a short period of time. 49ers pull away, and the Carolina Panthers fire head coach Matt Rule. This was coming. They paid him too much money from the get-go. They tried to do the Sean McVay thing in Carolina 3 years ago, and it just didn't work out. Matt Rule probably going back to college, to be honest. A lot of college teams looking for coaches. He'll go back down to the college. The Panthers are about as fun to watch as,
paint dry.
Paint dry, someone hitting a hammer on your hand. It's about as enjoyable. 49ers, in my opinion, have not proven themselves yet. This was a typical game to win. I love Deebo Samuel. I like the 49ers offense, their potential on paper. But to me, they have just not hit that point yet, that reliability. With that said, I could easily see them winning their division.
Yeah.
I can.
Absolutely.
So that was the right move in firing the coach?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Long overdue, in my opinion.
He's been there for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
Yeah, he's got a way upside down record, and they paid him too much money from the get-go.
7 years, 60-something mil.
Yeah.
For a coach.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a college coach that, honestly, he just turned the program around, but it was a decently successful program, but never close to a national championship. And they hired him like that, and it's like, oh, we have the second coming of Jesus. No, you don't. No, you do not. All right.
Know your rule, Jabroni.
I've got the Eagles Cardinals 2017. Aaron's Cardinals just couldn't pull off the comeback.
Kyler Murray. Man, all season so far, I've been telling this man to run the ball. Every goddamn game, run the ball. This game, he decided to, use his feet, had 40-some yards. But god damn, did he have no awareness of where he was on the field after he slid. Dude, they lost this game because of his decision-making at the end. Granted, I don't want to put all the blame on him because that fucking kicker can go
to Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yep.
Or Ohio.
So there was a stat on this game when it was live. The Cardinals are 20-8 whenever Kyler rushes for 6 or more tries, and they are like 2-13 when he rushes for less than 6 times. And they added to the stat, he ran the ball 4 times.
Yep, 4 times, 42 yards.
Tough game if you are a Cardinals fan or a Cardinals fantasy football owner. Next, shout out Eagles, AJ Brown. Cowboys, Rams, 22-10.
Wow.
Shout out the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Wow.
Shout out. I think they had 21 points in standard scoring. All right, sign me up. Micah Parsons showing he could still be defensive MVP this season.
Yeehaw.
Ride 'em, cowgirl. Boys. Next up, Bengals, Ravens, nail biter. Another missed field goal, right?
Huh?
Another missed field goal.
Yes.
Evan McPherson. 1917, Ravens take the win. I love how the Bengals shut down Lamar. Gave him fits. If any defense coordinator playing the Ravens coming up, just watch this game film and figure out how to shut down Lamar. I'll pull up his rushing, but it was lower than normal.
Yeah.
Still 12 for 58.
Yeah.
But if he ran the ball 12 times in past games, then he should have over 140 yards.
Yeah.
So that's shutting down Lamar Jackson. His passing, 19 for 32, 174 yards, a touchdown, and interception.
All 174 yards went to Mark Andrews.
And made a little nail biter in my league until Travis Kelce show. So that's it. Keep Lamar in the pocket.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. All right. Lastly, we have
what a game.
A Monday Night Football fireworks show. I'm sad that I missed all the game except for the fourth quarter, but the Chiefs take down the Raiders 30-29. I'm going to say this first. I felt a little pain for Devonte Adams at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Knowing he could be sailing off in the sunset with A-Raj. But Derek Carr is Derek Carr. Devonte Adams owners, on the other hand.
Let's go.
DA remains a top 5 fantasy receiver.
Yep.
And will finish top 5. Don't think that's a hot take. Think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And you said this after the game yesterday, but the Raiders are the best 1-4 team of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just got Derek Carr at quarterback.
That's the problem. Give him Tom Brady.
Oh.
See what happens.
John, you missed that game.
I did.
Why'd you miss that game?
Well, I had a prior commitment.
Was it worth it?
Well, fantasy football for life. Raiders Chiefs 30-29.
Shout out
Travis Kelce. He got the W last night is what he did. It was worth it for him. It was worth it for me. Thank you, Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Patrick Mahomes.
The worst reception and yardage line, but 4 TDs.
Come on.
Don't worry about the mule. Load the wagon.
There we go.
Hey.
Love it. Love it. Solid week of games. Some close ones.
Shout out Josh Jacobs.
Oh,
yeah.
Massive game.
Massive game.
Just
Career high.
We were talking earlier.
Yeah.
He just looked like a freight train that game.
He did.
Everything that he got, he just no trouble.
Yep.
He's getting to where he wants.
Yep.
And no takeaway from Josh Jacobs. He's very talented. But I don't know how the offensive coordinators have not schemed against that Chiefs run D. They're just not good at the run.
Good. Yeah.
They're not. This game as well, I'm going to go back to the Falcons-Bucks. We have controversy in the NFL. Shocker, not the first time. The penalty flag is coming out looser than a Mardi Gras Gray parade in New Orleans on roughing the passer. My opinion on this is...
we're going to have different opinions. I love the debate coming up.
Because of the way the NFL is structured, if you think of a person on a team, it's a quarterback. Majority of the time first, besides your standouts, right? We call him the GOAT, Tom Brady. But it's also face of a franchise, face of the NFL. There is, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but the reality is it's a business at the end of the day, and you have to protect your assets. I feel like that's what they're doing here. But I could also see a point in my life that the quarterback will be more protected than it is now. I mean, you have freak athletes on that defense that are coming at a player who's essentially defenseless, right? If I'm getting hit on my blind side by a 320-pound man who runs a 4.6 40, we're going to see quarterback lifespan go down, career span go down. Not their lifespan. I'm not trying to say they're dying early. So I'm kind of indifferent in what's going on because it's just a natural tendency, right? This game, they're protecting concussions. The Tua thing spotlighted a giant weakness in the protection of the quarterback as far as, in a concussion protocol specifically. But I think the only thing I would like this season, because there's no changing it now, it is what it is. We just need to see more consistency on the flag. That's at the end of that's my biggest thing this season.
Okay, I agree with that. I will. Damn, you're not really giving me much of a topic to debate on because I just kind of agree with you.
You can take the debate that cost the Falcons a game. Like Falcons fans are saying, cough, cough, you went down 21-0 in the game. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I will play devil's advocate, but it looks like we have a new viewer, JC. Well, I mean, new viewer as in new comment, not new viewer, because that's my boy. Viewer.
Welcome back.
JC, what up, boy? I got a trade offering. I thought one of y'all were going to read it.
Oh, my bad. I got a trade offering, Diggs and James Conner for Lockett, Geno, and Kamara. My starting lineup is Hurts. What Hurts? RB1, 2. Oh, okay. Hurts, Eckler, Mixon, Hollywood Brown, Mike Evans, Kamara at flex. I want to do it, but if I do and one of my running backs gets hurt, my only backup are Dobbins, Rashad Penny, he's done, and Khalil Herbert. Also, Kamara just got 25 points with no touchdowns and a fumble. Diggs and James Conner for Lockett, Geno, and Kamara.
Off the bat here, Jay, my opinion, I would do this trade only because I like the upgrade you'll have in Hollywood Brown being your flex and then Diggs being your our wide receiver one along with Mike Evans. Both are wide receiver ones. Don't worry about the flex and Marquise Brown. I think that's his role going forward with D-Hop coming back. Marquise Brown going to see a lot of one-on-one coverage because they're going to double D-Hop when he comes back. Marquise Brown he's already killing it. He's probably he's top 10 receiver in the NFL right now. He will continue this trend going forward with D-Hop coming back. I say do this trade, bro. Don't worry about your backups. You have J.K. Dobbins as a backup, solid backup. He can fill in during bye weeks easily. He might get you 7 points, 6 points, but he can go as high as 20 points. So he's a good plug and play when you do have a bye week. That's my opinion. What are y'all's thoughts?
Couldn't agree more. I take the trade as well. James Conner gives you another backup running back. Kamara's consistency is not there yet for me, so I use him as trade bait. Geno Smith, you already have Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not a problem getting rid of him. And then you have Lockett, right? So you have the Geno Lockett connection, but you're not going to play Geno when you have Jalen Hurts.
Right.
So I agree with the trade. You're going to have Stephon Diggs and Hollywood Brown. You can throw Mike Evans as your flex. You can throw J.K. Dobbins as your flex.
Yeah.
I love this trade.
Yeah.
I'm big on Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, big on Stephon Diggs. I know he's had a couple of low weeks past few games, but this past week did all right.
Keep your faith.
Yeah.
Through week 5, half PPR. Diggs is the number 2 wide receiver, 100 fantasy points.
Yeah, like that's my strategy all year, every year. Not every year, but most years is go wide receiver strong. They're the most consistent, in my opinion, at getting you fantasy points. It's very rare they'll be shut down, at least the good ones. So having 2 solid wide receiver ones is key to winning your league, in my opinion. I'll just tell you, my team, I have 3 receivers. All 3 of my receivers are top 15 in fantasy football this year. All 3. 2 of them are top 10, top 9 even. There's something about receivers that can get you some dubs. Running backs, I'm not so much of a running back whisperer. I'm the opposite, actually.
I love running backs. I just didn't draft any worth of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can draft solid RB2s, but I can never find that RB1. That's been my kryptonite. But wide receivers, that's the one position I'll boast a little bit for. All right, Daniel
offered Abraha. Was offered Etienne Keenan Allen for Jeff Wilson and
Romeo
Doubs. 10-team, half-point PPR. Am I tripping, or is this too good to be true? What is Jeff Wilson's trade value the rest of this season? Was offered Etienne and Keenan Allen, and you're trading away Jeff Wilson and Romeo Doubs.
So if I'm having the perspective of the person wanting to make this trade, I assume they're desperate at running back because they can afford to give up Keenan Allen, right?
Yep.
Keenan Allen hasn't been playing at all. I assume they're weak at the running back position and they need someone to fill in that spot right now. Jeff Wilson when he is playing, he's a top 10 running back. You have till week 11 or 12 with Jeff Wilson. Maybe week 10. If I were you, Daniel, I would do this trade because I assume you have better running backs than Jeff Wilson. I assume you didn't draft Jeff Wilson to be your starter. You picked him up.
This is a good trade for the long run.
Yeah, long run. Keenan Allen is going to help you far more than Jeff Wilson would. Even though Jeff Wilson is a stud right now. Like, he just torched what team they play?
Panthers.
The Panthers. Oh, yeah, exactly. So you're stacked at running back, and you picked up Jeff Wilson off your waivers. Yeah, I would trade Jeff Wilson, and I would trade Romeo Doubs. Even though I love Romeo Doubs down the line, you have Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen over Romeo Doubs, in my opinion. So you're really going after Keenan Allen in this trade. And Travis Etienne did better than James Robinson this week. Not sure if that's going to be a trend going down the line. It could be. So you have another potential solid fantasy player in Travis. So I'd do it, bro. I'd do it, Daniel. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate what you said. Travis, as a Travis Etienne owner, I'm looking just to stash him. I'm not really, wanting to drop him. If I get an interesting trade, I'll entertain it for sure. I don't think he's by any means going to have a, Kareem Hunt rookie season with the time left. But you never know. James Robinson always misses a couple games a year.
Yep.
He could step up. Him and, Trevor Lawrence have some chemistry. But just stash Travis. Let him chill on your bench.
Mm-hmm.
You're stacked at running backs anyway. You can maybe play him on a bye week or something.
Yeah.
So, solid.
Runes, you want to take the next one?
Let's see. Christianova, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Says, hey, guys, looking for some trade ideas.
Uh-oh.
Half PPR. Hurts, Waddle, Thielen, Eckler, Jones, Andrews, Taysom Hill, DJ Moore, bench, Dobbs, Woods, Renfro, Carter. Injury reserve, Damian Williams and Jay Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Williams.
Look for some trade ideas. Half PPR.
What's your record? Because this it all depends on your record and on how aggressive we go here.
Thanks for your question, Chris.
Yeah.
Everyone watching, if we'd really appreciate a like, subscribe.
Yeah, please.
Thank you for your comments and questions. Share us if you got anyone else, looking for some advice.
Yeah.
We'll try our best.
Yeah, we'll try our best.
He's 3-2.
Half point PPR. Okay.
Jalen Hurts, Waddle, Thielen.
Yeah, your receiver's a little weak. Honestly, that Aaron Jones is a little weak too, in my opinion. I'm just not a big Aaron Jones fan. Very inconsistent.
Mark Andrews, Tayson.
Wow. This is I don't think you can get much for. So I'm just going to go down the list here. You guys can stop me if you guys don't agree or think otherwise. You're not touching Jalen Hurts. You're keeping Jalen Hurts.
Waddle?
Jalen Waddle is a possible trade bait, but his value cannot be lower than it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Same with DJ Moore. DJ Moore and Jalen Waddle both have really, really low value at the moment. But off namesake, maybe you can do Jalen Waddle and DJ Moore.
Yeah, if the guy you're trading looks at just current fantasy standards, you can get a lot for Waddle. But if he's aware of his outlook, well.
Receivers a little weak.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Thielen.
No.
Is there anyone, we're going to get to it.
Yeah.
But would you say, Chris, hang around? I've got some waiver wires.
Yeah, there's definitely some waiver pickups for you, Chris. In regards to your trade targets, this is what I would recommend. Someone who is looking to trade away Marquise Hollywood Brown because D-Hop's coming back. D-Hop coming back doesn't necessarily mean Marquise Brown is going to start underperforming. I think it actually helps his case. He will continue to be a wide receiver 2 going forward. With that being said, how I would approach getting a Marquise Brown or a Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton has had 2 underwhelming weeks. Still having wide receiver 1 targets, wide receiver 1 receptions. What I would do, I would try and pair up Waddle. Damn, Waddle's your best receiver.
Yeah, number 7 fantasy receiver right now, even after a terrible week.
So I would do Waddle and Aaron Jones and Eckler. I think you almost have to keep them. Unless you do Aaron Jones and Jalen Waddle for like an A.J. Brown. That's what I would do. Like a A.J. Brown for Jalen Waddle and Aaron Jones. You upgrade.
Shoot for the stars kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like, shoot for the stars. I would go for AJ Brown, or I would go for Cortland Sutton or Marquise Hollywood Brown, because your receiving core is definitely a little bit lacking. It's definitely lacking. Romeo Doubs will start to shine starting week 8. I think he needs a few more games under his belt, and then you'll have a wide receiver 2, in my opinion. So you can let go of Waddle. The thing is here, you don't have a backup running back.
No.
That's the problem about trading Aaron Jones. I want to get away from Aaron Jones. I want to get away from Aaron Jones and Jalen Waddle right now. If Tua comes back within the next 2 weeks, keep Jalen Waddle. If he doesn't, then trade Waddle. But for right now, Aaron Jones, DJ Moore, pair them up together and trade them for either a an AJ Brown or Cortland Sutton or a Marquise Hollywood Brown. Those are the 3 I'm going after. And then on top of that, I would try and see if you can do DJ Moore for Miles Sanders straight up. Try that one. Try that one out. DJ Moore for Miles Sanders. Bench for a bench. You're not going to start Miles Sanders right now. And then what I would do, if you can get a Miles Sanders or Jeff Wilson, DJ Moore for Jeff Wilson, you'll have Jeff Wilson for the next 4 to 5 weeks. You can start him. Then I would go ahead and trade Aaron Jones and Jalen Waddle or Aaron Jones and Adam Thielen for AJ Brown, Marquise Hollywood Brown, or Cortland Sutton. There we go. That's what I would do. Thielen and Aaron Jones, DJ Moore for Miles Sanders, or DJ Moore for Jeff Wilson. And get rid of Taysom Hill. Trade Taysom Hill and DJ Moore for Miles Sanders, because you have Mark Andrews. There's no need for Taysom Hill. DJ Moore and Taysom Hill for Miles Sanders or Jeff Wilson. Have them on your bench, then try and go after Aaron Jones. Trade Aaron Jones to Adam Thielen for AJ Brown, Cortland Sutton,
Deebo Samuel, Marquise Brown.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
How likely is it that Tua is going to come back?
My own opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if he plays another game this season.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
I honestly don't know. The rumor is that he's week to week, but I feel like the NFL felt the fire on their ass after, and he might not play it down this season, honestly.
So Waddle might be a let go while you can.
He may, unless Miami makes some crazy quarterback move, which I don't see happening.
Yeah.
Just my own personal opinion. It's just a personal. It's not. Yeah. It's really just about gossip. I don't know if he plays another game.
Jay, sounds corny, but y'all should post clips of Spot on TikTok. Great way to funnel viewers to the pod, because then y'all can help out. I love you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I think we are planning to do YouTube Shorts and TikTok with fantasy football stuff as well. We have a couple of YouTube Shorts right now, but that's a good look with TikTok, and I appreciate that advice. We're going to actually take that and probably put one out tomorrow. So follow us on TikTok. It should be linked in the description. If it's not,
it's on a link tree
on Instagram.
On the Instagram page.
Also,
we got to add it to YouTube.
Also, it's called PBJ Pod on TikTok. Appreciate it, Jay. I really appreciate that advice. That's a good one.
And also a little plug again. If you're on Instagram, we have a page,
Boom.
pb.j_podcast. You're obviously watching us here, PB and J. Thank you.
That long?
Thank you very much for joining in. And we do have a Spotify podcast coming out every Monday. We stream live here Sundays. But you can find all the links in the link tree in the Instagram bio.
That's right, guys. I look like I'm 6'2", but I'm 5'10".
Just go. Big hug.
Good stuff, Chris. Appreciate the questions. We will give you about as unbiased advice as we possibly can, whether it's accurate or not.
Yeah,
that's up to where the ball lies.
Yeah, Chris. I mean, that's a hard question. Just gave you my opinions on what I think you can get for the players you have. DJ Moore for a low to high end RB2 is possible. Go after the people that are desperate, the ones that are 1-3, the ones that are 1-4, 2-3. Go after those people. It'll go a long way. Cool.
Very nice.
All right.
So, I think we finished last week's games. Yep, we sure did. So
what's next?
Is it time for Ballers waivers?
It's time for my waivers.
Sports talk.
Let's do it. There we go.
Do it now. Draft it good. I don't know. Fantasy team's not that good.
As you should. All right. So, waiver wire targets for the week. It's going to be a melting pot of positions.
All right.
We're not gonna go position by position. It's going to be my top 5 pickups, no matter what position this is.
You got running backs?
What?
You got receivers?
What?
You got tight ends?
What?
You have kickers?
Well.
You got defense?
What?
You got quarterbacks?
What?
You got ball carriers?
What?
Goddamn ball shit. Goddamn all right.
Let's do it. All right. Waiver wire. Let's go. Let's get into it. Rooney, who's your first waiver wire? All right.
Waiver.
I hardly know her.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, nannies go.
London nannies.
So.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, this guy's available? I will go ahead and do this now.
Live trade and waiver.
Oh, yeah.
Trade and wave.
I don't know why he's available, but okay. All right. Let's go with my we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? My 5th pickup. Not really that high on my list, but I think we need to mention him just based off the personnel that's going to be off the field for this team. And that is at tight end / quarterback, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. I'm not too high on him, guys. I'm just not. But given the fact that Chris Olave is out, Michael Thomas is out, Jarvis Landry is out, all they have is Traquan Smith and Alvin Kamara. Taysom Hill will probably produce for another 2 to 3 weeks. 2 for sure. No, 1 for sure, 2 possibly. I'd go Taysom Hill is my number 5. The fact that he is both a quarterback and a tight end can go a long way, right?
Versatility.
He can throw the ball. He can run the ball.
What?
He can block.
What?
He makes tackles on special teams.
What?
He goes to Bourbon Street and sees titties.
What?
Okay, that's all I got.
Like it.
Yeah.
All right, he's my number 5. Like I said, not super high. I wouldn't waste too much fab on him. I wouldn't burn your 1 through 3 waiver pick on him. But someone you should look at picking up if you're weak at tight end. Now we're going to stay with the tight ends. My number 4 waiver wire pickup of the week. John, can you guess? This guy is rostered in only 32% of leagues.
What position?
Tight end.
Are we going Hunter Hurst Henry?
We're close.
Okay.
We're going
Jonnu
Hayden
Smith.
Hurst.
Oh, Hayden Hurst. Oh, true triple H's in the NFL. Oh, my God.
Yeah. We're going Hayden Hurst, Cincinnati Bengals. With T. Higgins leaving the game, clearly he's injury prone. He's left the game twice now this season. Missed 1 game. Hayden Hurst put up 6 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Don't see that happening every game, but I think with T. Higgins being out, if he is out for a long time, or if he has the potential of leaving the game, Hayden Hurst should be owned and started. He's hate to say it, he's probably a top 10 tight end right now. He's a starting tight end in your fantasy leagues. Looking at half point PPR, 6.5, 4.5, half a point, 9.5, 14. Solid numbers overall. Obviously, if you don't have a Travis Kelce or a Mark Andrews, you're really in the same boat as everyone else.
Yep.
So you're trying to optimize your tight end position. Hayden Hurst could help you with that. Could get you 2, but could also get you 15.
Mm-hmm. The old tight end shuffle.
Yeah.
You know, if you, like you said, if you don't have Kelce, you don't have Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
You're hoping for a one-off like T.J. Hawkinson has, you know, from here to there. But, you know, you're hoping for 7 to 10 points a week from your tight end.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst can get you there.
Hayden Hurst could get you there.
Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight.
There we go. Number 3. This guy was owned by one of us here sitting down at one point. I've always been high on this guy. Not the person sitting down in his chair. But his name is Jacoby Myers.
Oh.
Rostered in only 49% of leagues.
Not to get confused with Michael Myers.
Or Jacoby
Brissett.
Oh, that was a good pull. I was going to go with. I forgot his last name. Look at that. CTE hits right there. The return guy, Jacoby.
Oh, Jones.
Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jacoby won Kenobi.
Oh.
Well, this guy has been out the past couple of games, came back and put up 20.5 points in a half point PPR league. 8 targets, 7 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers, very consistent. He'll get you, his floor is probably 6 to 7 points. His ceiling can be like 20. So Zappe clearly loved going to Jacoby this past game. So Jacoby Myers, my 3rd overall pickup for the week. With that being said, we move on to my number 2 pickup. For some reason, this guy is still not owned in more than 50% of leagues. Guys,
Stop sleeping.
Michael Gallup. This is the week you pick up Michael Gallup. You want to know why? Because Dak Prescott about to come back. Look at that. They're galloping.
And even if he doesn't, Cooper Rush.
Even if he doesn't. Michael Gallup, 2 games he's come back, has put up first game 24 yards, a touchdown. Second game, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 44 yards. It's going up, and it'll continue to go up, in my opinion. He is the number 2 wide receiver for the Cowboys. He's going to get more snaps. He's going to be on the field more for passing downs and running plays. Michael Gallup should be owned. Should be at 70 to 80% owned. Please pick him up. He's my number 2. He is a wide receiver 3 when he's on the field full time. Wide receiver 3. Now, number 1 pickup of the week.
Are you ready for some football? We want A's waiver wire pickups. Give it to us, Daddy.
47% owned. This running back is a rookie and has done really, really, really well based off the game I saw.
May or may not have had a big run this past weekend.
Perhaps.
May or may not be named after a couple people in his family.
Perhaps.
I would like to solve the puzzle.
Let's hear it.
Kenneth Walker III for the Seattle Seahawks.
Amen.
brother.
Ding, ding, ding. That's right. Kenneth Walker the third.
And you win Kenneth Walker.
Oh,
You
I might need him.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I'm gonna need him.
Well, we'll see about
Fucking
that.
AJ Dillon.
Kenneth Walker, rookie, didn't play the first game, second game, third game, fourth game, didn't really do anything. Rashad Penny goes down, comes in and gets 8 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. Guys, this guy is quick as F. Please pick him up. He could potentially win you your league. That's how good I think he can be. Then again, it's Seattle. You got to, take that with a grain of salt. But Kenneth Walker is my number 1 waiver wire ad for the week. Go ahead and blow your fab budget on him because running backs are hard to come by on the waiver wire. And go ahead and burn your number 1, number 2, or number 3 waiver wire priority on him as well. Those are my 3. We have some, what do you call those things where they didn't make the list?
Honorable mention.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, I have a couple as well, but you might say them. So
our first one is, I'll let Rooney say his name. Let's go ahead, Rooney. What's my first one?
don't put him on this.
Tyler.
I won't make fun of you. Just say it.
Trying to remember. Algieri?
Hey, that was the second time. That's close. It's close.
Algier?
There we go.
Algier.
He's 55% owned. He got 4 points this week.
Can't do it.
13 carries, 45 yards. I mean, nothing impressive, but worth a pickup. Number 2 pickup for me, Michael Boone. I had him on my list last week. He is clearly the passing down back for the Denver Broncos. Go ahead and get you some. He's only 35% owned. Please pick him up. Those are my 2 honorable mentions. Let's hear it, John.
Only got a couple. Staying in the running back position, if you're a desperate and you're waiver wire, you're hurting at running back, you need a guy to maybe sit on your bench and come in if the starter or backup goes down, which is a possibility with this team. I like Eno Benjamin, Arizona Cardinals. Got involved a little bit this game. James Conner, prone to injury. Darrell Williams has always been a professional backup running back. Has also been part of a committee. I like Eno Benjamin. I think he can catch balls out the backfield if Conner doesn't decide to run the ball. Run the ball, Keller. Nope, that's it. You said the only other one I would say is I would reiterate Michael Gallup. I'm a Michael Gallup fan.
Okay.
Michael Gallup has, in my opinion, Gabe Davis potential for the Cowboys.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. I like it. I love it.
You want some more of it?
Want some more of it. I tried so hard. Can't rise above it. All right. Want to do a little trade talk?
Let's do it.
Trade talk. So in order to open this can of worms, I will pull up year-to-date fantasy. We start with the running backs. So let's talk top 5 running backs fantasy, half point PPR year-to-date.
Yeah, that's sad. I don't have a single person in the top 10.
Top 5, we got Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry. That's half point PPR, top scoring running backs. In my opinion, it would be safe to try and shoot for any of these guys fairly enough. Of this, I'm in danger. Of this list, the ones I trust the least, and this is probably going to be a hot take here, Derrick Henry.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
That's a very hot take.
That's a hot take. Why?
Because I don't like Tennessee's offense. I don't like where they're at. They don't have the A.J. Brown, the Jonnu Smith to take the heat off the run game. They got a Robert Woods, and they have a... Exactly, my point. You had to think of another receiver.
They have a Trey Burton.
Oh, is that where he went?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Let's see.
He's a college guy who's really good, right?
Florida quarterback that went to the Philadelphia Eagles. Tennessee has... Oh, by alphabet, T is all the way at the end. Imagine that. They got a Robert Woods, who's wide receiver 1. Traylon Burks, he's not from Florida.
Burks.
Who's 84th wide receiver. Nick Westbrook Akeed, 89th in wide receiver. Robert Woods is 53rd. That's their number 1 wide receiver. I just don't think they can spread the field out enough to open it up for Derrick Henry. So if we're talking about a trade talk, hot take, I'm just not feeling confident to trade for Derrick Henry. However,
for Derrick Henry.
Correct. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Picking up what I'm putting down? With that being said, if he was on my team, I'd be thankful and begging the good Lord Jesus Christ. But he's not. So I don't know. Out of the top 5 that are listed, he would be the least likely for me to want to trade for. Nick Chubb, of course, my opinion. Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, top 2 to trade for. If you have the trade potential, of course, go for it, right?
What? Okay, this is good. This is a good follow-up question for that, John.
Talk to me.
As someone who owns Saquon Barkley, what would it take for you to, and Josh Jacobs, what would it take for you to let one of them go?
Oof.
I also have Saquon Barkley. What would I take?
Yeah, what will both of you take to let Saquon Barkley go? Or Josh Jacobs?
Particularly in my situation, I need a good running back 2. And for my team, I need a top 5 quarterback. My team needs a quarterback.
Yeah, fair.
So situation based, right? I need a quarterback and I need a good running back 2 to fill his role. By saying running back 2, I'm thinking of a Dameon Pierce, Breece Hall, Leonard Fournette.
Those are solid running back 2s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts because they're probably not going to give all that up for Saquon Barkley. But if they do, I'm taking that trade every day of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my situation. I need a quarterback more than, Virgin Mary needed a towel. But.
So you wouldn't necessarily trade Saquon for like a high-end wide receiver 1 and an RB2. When I say RB2, I meant low-end RB2. I mean low-end RB2 like
a Kareem Hunt.
No, a little bit higher, like a Miles Sanders.
Okay. Miles Sanders is 12th. Dameon Pierce is 11th. Dalvin Cook 13th.
Miles Sanders is 12th overall.
12th overall.
Oh, shout out Miles Sanders. I guess I can pick him.
Aaron Jones, 14th. Something like that to replace.
Makes sense.
The void. A wide receiver 1 and one of those guys. Yeah. Not unless those wide receiver 1s are named
Devonte Adams,
D.A. Cooper Kupp, and I don't know if I'd take anybody else, to be honest.
Wow, those 2 only. Okay. Runes?
For me?
Yeah.
Saquon. This is my first season.
Yeah.
First season.
Hell yeah.
Untouchable for me. Not.
Sentimental. Sentimental.
Yeah.
He hasn't done me wrong so far. I've only seen consistency. He's kind of getting stronger as the games go on. Untouchable at the moment.
Or teams are getting weaker as the season goes on.
You think?
Growing stronger. The defense does get weaker over time. That is a viable thing. However, in your situation, I'll back you up. Your team really doesn't. You don't need to make a sacrificial trade like that.
Yeah. If anything, it would be a very, very high-end wide receiver.
I think if you were 1-4, 2-3, I would suggest making a trade, but being 4-1, there's no need to.
Yeah,
Number 1 in our league.
Yeah.
Don't know how. Don't ask me.
That's all right. That's okay. Sneaky bastard.
Yeah, for me, the people I would trade away in the top 10 of running backs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I'm trying to get rid of immediately. I don't think he's a very good runner. He's just getting really fortunate with the passing touchdowns. I don't know how much that's gonna how consistent that's going to be going down the line, to be honest. So Clyde Edwards because right now Clyde Edwards is probably top 10.
He's ninth.
Yeah. So that's going to fall. I would try and trade Clyde Edwards, get a wide receiver if you can. So that would be my recommendation. Damn, I have running backs in the top. I have 3 running backs in the top 15, but no one in the top 10.
Well, let's see. Let me double check.
Actually,
in your league, I have. Oh dear God. Oh
no, 18.
boy.
I have 3 in the top 20. Whatever.
Oh boy. Just gonna keep scrolling. Okay, there he is. Woo! Man, dodged a bullet on that one. I have a. Oh, this is a slap in the face. Just picked up Mostert off of waivers. He's 32nd, and A.J. Dillon is 33rd.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a rough year, baby. But not as bad as Ezekiel Elliott owners who drafted him early. 34th.
Let's look at wide receivers.
Wide receivers.
Wide receivers. Top 5 receive. No, we'll do top 10. Cooper Kupp number 1, Diggs number 2, JJ 3, Adams 4, Hill 5, Marquise Brown 6, Waddle 7th, Williams 8th, Lockett 9, Brown 10. Right past that, Debo, Olave, AJ Brown, and Cortland Sutton.
Wow. I don't have a top 15 wide receiver.
No?
Yeah, you don't?
No.
Who's your wide receiver 1?
Chase.
Oh, yeah, Jamar.
Yeah,
Definitely a letdown season.
Yeah.
Metcalf. Michael Pittman. They're just not producing yet.
Yeah, not yet.
But that's
I think Jamar will turn up.
Yeah, Jamar 18, Metcalf 20th, and who's your other one?
Pittman.
Michael Pittman 32nd.
Ooh.
What do you put that down to? Him being so far down, Pittman.
So I think that, in my opinion, the risk of drafting Michael Pittman this year was on the expectation, not the results, I guess. Bringing in Matt Ryan at quarterback, right, adds a whole new dynamic because arguably by stats comparison, because of his age and his trending downward stats at the Falcons, and then you had Carson Wentz, and stat-wise pretty much plateau. If you compare him to Matt Ryan, his stats are increasing compared to Matt Ryan decreasing. So it adds just a different element. New quarterback, hard to get in sync with receivers if you're not putting in that time. Not saying they did or didn't. They could have been, working on timing and shit like that. But, and I think all of us here, we were huge on Michael Pittman going into this season. More on the hope of his outlook, thinking he was going to step into it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really it. Like it's not if you didn't draft him, I probably would have, or Aaron probably would have. Like it's
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was definitely on my list.
he was high on the outlook, and he burned a lot of people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And not saying it's over because Matt Ryan's been known to make a run back past.
Rewind.
Remix. The back half of a season is what I was trying to say. Shout out Rogue.
Shout out Rogue.
She would have got away.
Still can't believe John missed that game on Monday.
Boy, do I have not a valid excuse. So, speaking of the top 10 wide receivers, Mike Williams, number 10. Mike Williams, number 10. I got 2 of them. Shit, who do I have? Fucking nobody. Justin Jefferson. Okay, I got a 3.
Yeah, you got a 3 and Debo at 11.
A 3, 11, and damn, where's Gabe? He's 4 down, isn't he?
1, 2, 3.
4. Oh, 25th. Okay, 3, 11, 25th. Not bad for a third wide receiver, 25th. Boy, if I had Chris Olave still, huh? 13th. Fuck me in the ass. Talking about the top 10 wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, solids. Oh, he's another one I would probably allow for
Stephon
a trade.
Diggs,
yeah. Justin Jefferson's right on the cusp of that. Hasn't shown the consistency, but finally trending upward. Devonte Adams.
Would you trade him?
Fucking Devonte Adams.
Yeah. I'll give you DA if you give me Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce.
My God, it sounds like such a great trade. I would trade Justin Jefferson.
4. Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah, this is an actual real possible trade.
Yeah.
So I know who you got.
You do? You know where I live?
Let me pull up your running backs.
Oh, well.
They're better than my running back.
I mean, I've got solid running backs. No, like, RB1, high-end RB1s, but they're RB1s.
I think that's my most consistent position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Saquon.
Yeah, you've got 2 in the top 5.
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah,
As a
J.K.
backup.
also, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really quick, who's the guy that got shot that came back?
Brian Robinson.
Coming back to 50 Cent. Do you hear that?
No.
Many Men. They played Many Men.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was-
respect. Hey, shout out Brian Robinson. Actually, matter of fact, another honorable mention on my waiver wire. Brian Robinson, pick him up. He got put right back into the starting lineup when he came back. Like,
Does that show how just really talented?
yeah,
he
he's
is?
super talented. He killed it during OTAs.
yeah. On the topic of the, I'll go back to
Yeah.
the trade and let it digest a little bit.
But it's
But on the topic of the Commanders, almost said Redskins. Commanders. Do you know who the number 5 receiver this week was?
On the Commanders,
Oh, no, just in general in the NFL. Half point PPR.
J.D. McKissick.
No, it was De'Ami Brown.
Who?
Exactly. Plays for the Washington Commanders. You've got this Dotson guy who breaks it in week 1, 2.
Yeah.
Then you get, well, you still have sleepy Terry McLaurin still not doing what he has done in the past. You've got, who's the Curtis Samuel. Now you got De'Ami Brown. This Washington team has no fucking clue what's going on.
They don't know what's
which
going on.
leads me to tell the viewers, like, be cautious with your Washington wide receivers.
I've always stayed away from the wide receiving core. Drafting wise, it's hard to draft a Washington wide receiver.
Agreed.
got one that's burning a spot on my bench.
Well, yeah. Take them out.
I'm
You got to put them down sometimes.
the road.
I got it.
All right, back to the trade.
Back to the trade.
I'm open to giving away Justin Jefferson. Trading away, not giving. I'm not making a charity handout. And the one guy on this list that I'm like, okay, a little salt and pepper catches my eye. And somebody's got him on their team. A little Justin Jefferson for Hollywood Brown and some bacon grease. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah, it's enticing, isn't it?
The thing is, I love Hollywood Brown so much.
You do. And it would pain me to take him away from you.
He's a top. He legitimately is a top 10 receiver down the line. Well, so is Justin Jefferson, but.
And then I was looking at your team, right? Because the bacon grease I'm talking about is like throw in a low running back. But your running backs are too high in order for that trade to go through. Like, you'd be putting too much value, in my opinion. Even Brian Robinson. Brian in Hollywood for JJ, like that, you're putting in too much value in that trade, in my opinion.
See, in my that's your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. My perspective is Brian Robinson's too low.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was complimenting you. Take the compliment, asshole.
Well, Marquise Brown is fucking legit.
He's consistent.
Like,
I mean, the definition. He is what he should have been at the Ravens.
Yeah.
Like Lamar Jackson. Fucking hell. I mean, what he's doing at the Cardinals is what he did at Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
That's got him the nickname Hollywood Brown. Like, he was just highlight Hollywood Brown.
He's only had one game that was in single digits. He had a 12, 9, 21, 17, 17. His target share has been over 10 the past 4 games. I mean, dude is
averaging 15.7 a game, 78 overall points. And, I mean, we're not talking about drastic measure, right? Like, number 5 is Tyreek Hill at 85 points. He's 7 off of that, but he's 6 ahead of Jalen Waddle at 7.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of on an island right there at 6th overall.
Yeah.
But arguably, besides Cooper Kupp and Devonte Adams, he's the most consistent in that top 10, honestly.
Yeah. That's why I'm a wide receiver whisperer.
Guru.
But I cannot be a running back whisperer.
Well,
Because I'm Michael Thomas, right? Michael Thomas is chilling on my bench. Just like I'm going to get to a point where I have 4 starters. I can only start 3.
Trade bait. Trade bait. Do you have anybody on your team who you say is not tradable?
Ooh.
And Rune, same to you, besides Barkley.
For me, it's Devonte Adams.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the guy I would love. JJ for DA? Come on, dude. His stats help. Come on, man. Actually, they're 3 and 4. JJ's got 95. Devontae's 85. I mean, Devontae's going to end up as a top 3 wide receiver. Book it. I'm booking it.
Hell yeah. For me, non-tradables are Devonte Adams and Michael Thomas. Because Michael Thomas, one of my favorite receivers in the NFL, and when he comes back, I mean, dude was out for a year and a half, and the two games he played, full games, he had 19.5 points and 15 points.
Same old Michael Thomas.
And then he got injured in the 3rd game, but still had 6.5 points before leaving the game. Dude is just stud. But
looking at my team, everybody for sale. The only one is, I mean, it's got to be a high-ass trade. It's, of course, Travis Kelce. I mean, he's my 4th wide receiver.
Yeah. I would never trade Travis Kelce.
Oh, he's for sale, but, you got to come with the diamonds.
So John, let's dissect each team real quick. Let's do that. Let's look at what our teams could potentially need. Even though you're 4-1, you're God's child to Garth, whatever the fuck it is, bastard. Let's look at Rooney's team first because it's the most boring one. Okay.
You want me to go down it?
Let's go down it.
So this is starting lineup.
Yeah.
Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Wide receiver 1, Jamar Chase. DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman Jr., Saquon Barkley. Usually in my starting lineup, but got a bye week, Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in this week, J.K. Dobbins. Tight end for this week, Gerald Everett, because Darren Waller is out with a bye week. My kicker, Bill Maher, Brett Maher, or Maher, however they say. And then my bench is Russell Wilson.
Disappointing so far.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Julio Jones. Jahan Dotson, who I may or may not look to make a little bit of probably a drop, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then I have the Bills defense.
Okay.
I was actually going to ask, because it's my first season doing this. Obviously, when defensive teams have bye weeks, how it's different. I don't know how to ask it, but how far should I go picking up that extra defensive team? You know, because I'm not going to drop the Bills, of course. How far do I go to pick up someone who's going to get me 5 to 10 points that week defensively? Do I go so far as taking Dotson out for a defensive team? Julio, he's been questionable and out, the past 3 weeks. What do I do in that position?
So that's a good question.
Because they are, their bye week is, when is their bye week? Week 7.
Week 7. Now, I say this question is very situational, John.
Agreed.
If you look at my team and you look at my bench, and look at your bench, and look at John's bench, being extremely I'm not being subjective. It's subjective.
Yeah.
Not being biased. I think among the three of us, you have the most droppable players on your bench.
Yeah.
If I was in your situation with my team, there's not a single person on my bench I would drop for a defense. But I need to, in order to even compete that week.
Yeah.
So I would have to lose on a wide receiver that I have on my bench. Your case, you have ass on your your bench that you can drop. So in my opinion, you're good to drop Dotson, Julio, Wilson right now. Those three, I would go Dotson first. Yeah. John, what's your take? While you answer, I will be right back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome into the podcast. Please feel free to ask any sort of questions y'all have in regards to fantasy football. We're trying to set lineups here, answer any questions that you might have, trade targets, things like that.
To piggyback off what Aaron said, Dotson you can drop. Julio I would drop. Russell Wilson I would drop because you have Patrick Mahomes. You're never going to play Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes until his bye week. And at that point, that's when you do the old shuffle of drop a wide receiver, is what Aaron's talking about. Drop a wide receiver for a backup. Don't drop Mahomes on his bye week. Hey, Hayden. Well, I will get to your question in 1 second. Oh, it went away. Did it go away on yours?
Yeah, it went away on mine
too.
Did it go? I said message restricted.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Aiden, resend it if you need to. Dotson, Jones,
Wilson,
Russell Wilson.
Well, 2 Wilsons.
Garrett Wilson. So here's my advice when it comes to defenses. And this is where your situation gets sticky, right? Unless I have a top 3 defense that I'm never dropping, I go week to week on defense.
Okay.
I literally look at waiver every week. Not even waiver. I'll wait till waiver clears, and I'll pick up a defense on like a Friday.
Yeah.
Just so happened I lucked out and got Dallas's D, and then they fucking went off. But I go week to week on defenses, and I don't use slow down, baby. I don't use my bench slot on a secondary defense. In your case, the Bills, they're number 2 overall defense. If that's a team you want to hang on to because you like their defense, they're consistent, then, like Aaron said, you're going to have to drop a wide receiver on that time. I was telling him, you got Patrick Mahomes. You're never playing Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes until it's proven otherwise.
Yeah.
And when Mahomes' bye week comes up, that's when you drop a wide receiver or running back for a don't drop Mahomes, fill the void.
We'll come back to this topic. I think Rooney's got a question.
Yeah, Aiden Laverne. I think I'm getting that right.
Welcome.
Laverne. Yeah, that's a Louisiana last name. La Francais.
There we go.
Hello.
Just got offered Harris for Michael Thomas. Already have Kamara. So don't want too many Saints. Should I accept?
Damian Harris. If it's Damian Harris, then Aiden would love to know what your lineup looks like right now, along with your bench. Najee Harris
for Michael Thomas.
Najee Harris for Michael Thomas. Would love to know your
Full team?
Full team, please.
Yeah. Already have Kamara, so don't want too many Saints. So you have Najee Harris, and he's offering you Michael Thomas. Is that what you're saying? No, just got offered Najee Harris for Michael Thomas. So I would imagine he has Michael Thomas, and they're offering to trade for Najee Harris.
Don't you love those Saints?
I would.
The Aints, baby.
Yeah, I would love to know a little bit more about your team because I think if you're being offered Michael Thomas, I don't like Najee right now.
Oh, I have Michael Thomas, but having two Saints was bad when they went through the rough weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the fantasy game. You know, if you go too heavy on a team, it could butcher you on a bad week. But you kind of got to look at the player as their own entity. Don't associate him with a team.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it's Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is Michael Thomas. But yeah, if you could send in your lineup, that would help us make a better unbiased decision.
Aiden, also, I would love to know the person that has Najee Harris. What do you mind letting me know what their bench looks like? Because I think you can get 2 for 1 here.
2 for. That's what
we
love. We love those things.
Yeah. Now, John, while Aiden lets us know what his team looks like, let's wheel and deal.
Oh,
let's wheel and deal here.
All right,
some live wheeling.
What are we looking at? Yeah. Live trade talk, folks.
So, looking at before that, actually, let's go back to Rooney's team. Rooney, looking at your team.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you willing to trade on your bench?
On my bench? On my normal bench, which consists of J.K. Dobbins and Gerald Everett.
Yeah. And Darren Waller. How do you feel about Darren Waller?
It's been very as high up as he was.
You're not feeling confident in your draft pick?
Not yet. And with having Gerald Everett, I'm still choosing who I want to be in that number 1 spot.
Would you trade Marquise Brown for Darren Waller?
I might have to do some thinking on that.
He has to do thinking on that, John. My unbiased opinion, I'd take that trade every day of the week. Because you still have Gerald Everett. I'm high on Gerald Everett.
I would never do that trade, but
I would never back you up and agree with you that Darren Waller has been very underwhelming this season compared to what he has been. Personally, going into the season, I was kind of indifferent on him though, because they've never had a target bigger than him until this season. Devonte Adams.
It seems like he grows stronger throughout the game, and the third quarter, fourth quarter, that's when he kind of comes into himself.
Darren Waller? Yeah, and traditionally, even the past few years, this season is different for that fact because he used to be consistent throughout the game, but DA is just taking that heat away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And to be frank, I mean, a 1-4 Raiders, they just haven't found their offensive consistency.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest question marks at quarterbacks, Derek Carr. I mean, week 3, we had freaking Hollins put up 30 points, and he hasn't put up over 10 again. So it's tough. It's tough to trade around Darren Waller this year because he doesn't have a whole lot of trade leverage. Aiden did reply back. Okay, so he's got DA, Mike Evans, and DJ Moore, Kamara, Mostert, Etienne, and Kareem Hunt.
Ooh.
For Najee Harris, you can add your opinion into this, but for me, Najee Harris has been very underwhelming, and I feel like Michael Thomas's potential is a little too much value for Najee Harris. So I would counter with like DJ Moore for Najee Harris. Tick for tick, DJ's a little less than Najee. Michael Thomas is a little more than Najee, and I think you're losing too much if you get rid of Michael Thomas for Najee Harris.
What's the other bench looking like?
Yeah, so to Rooney's question there, if you were to trade Michael Thomas, I would want more than Najee Harris.
Yeah. And
I love Michael Thomas. I have Michael Thomas in one of two of my leagues. I think when he comes back, he is going to be the focal point in that offense. I go Michael Thomas for Najee and another player or a better player. Don't give up Michael Thomas for Najee.
He said he doesn't have much else I would want, so I'm just going to decline then.
Okay, that's fair, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't sacrifice that much for Najee Harris right now. And he's, like you said earlier about a couple other players, he's about as low as trade leverage as you can get. Yeah. That Pittsburgh offense is a dumpster fire.
Aiden, thank you for your question, though.
Aiden, honestly, absolutely, Aiden. Anytime. You have a good night. But I do have one thing to add. If you're still here, if you want, you can offer DJ Moore and Kareem Hunt for Najee Harris. Yay or nay?
Yeah, I like that.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up Michael Thomas. I like DJ Moore, and honestly, you can probably go Hunt or Etienne.
Yeah, Travis Etienne or DJ Moore for Najee Harris. Najee Harris has a good upside. But not as good as Michael Thomas's. That's what I would do. All right.
Yeah, and you'd have Kamara, Najee, Mostert.
Mm-hmm.
Mostert's
he's coming into his own.
Yeah, a couple weeks away of consistency to being almost a damn near must start.
Yeah, I have him in a couple leagues.
So there's train rumors around him, and if he gets a new QB, he'll do amazing.
You talking about DJ Moore?
Must be DJ Moore, yeah.
Oh no, I agree. DJ Moore is a talented receiver, just does not have a talented quarterback.
Baker Mayfield or
so I mean, maybe you can hold him till week 8, see what happens during trade deadline, week 7 or whatever that is. Okay. So going back to your team doesn't need any sort of adjustment. You have a very solid starting lineup. Very much so a winning team, in my opinion.
Even though my wide receivers are not really...
I mean, they're performing, but not to what you would like them to.
Yeah.
They're still getting you double digits.
Yeah.
Just not where they should be in the grand scheme of things. Your running backs are really, and your quarterback carrying your team.
100%.
But I think your receivers will catch up.
Yeah.
Trust me. If not, DK is going to still do DK things. If not, if any of those three, I'm hedging my bets on. It's Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he's 2-3 weeks away of being Jamar Chase to being in the top 10 wide receiver. Honestly,
absolutely. And who's his teammate?
T. Higgins.
Yeah. So he's out, is he?
I don't know if he's out. I think he's questionable right now. He's day to day with a sprained ankle, but
so that maybe puts him in the spotlight a little bit more.
Yeah. And they've had pretty unfortunate luck in terms of teams they've played. But Jamar Chase's floor is pretty high, in my opinion. All right, let's look at John's team.
John, look at my running backs.
Yeah, John's got 2 running backs that are backup running backs as his starters right now. But
got that dub last week, baby.
But Raheem Mostert is a starter, in my opinion.
Yes, he is. He will be started this week.
Yeah. So we can upgrade John's second running back. How do you feel about David Montgomery?
I don't hate him. I'm not in love with him. But that's for anyone on the Bears. I mean,
The Bears.
Among
David Montgomery, Miles Sanders, Jeff Wilson, and Joe Mixon, which one's your favorite?
List of running backs that I can't. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I like Mixon. I want to like Jeff Wilson, but
yeah, really, he might go out.
The curse of the 49ers running backs,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
If I had to rank them, I'm going Mixon, Wilson. Who's your other two?
Sanders and Montgomery.
Oh God, you already know about Miles Sanders.
Sanders goes away and becomes like the worst running back in the league.
No.
Right now, Miles Sanders be cooking.
Yeah, probably Sanders and Montgomery.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, by performance year to date. Yeah, run for Miles.
So that's where you really need to reinforce.
Oh, yeah. So my bench needs some clearing up. Rashad Bateman has too much of a question mark on him. When he plays, Lamar likes him sometimes and doesn't like him most of the time. And then Allen Robinson, I saw a meme on Twitter that was hilarious. It was a picture of him. It said, the Rams have a lot to work on, but this poor guy's just running around on the field. So he's dropped this week, more than likely. I'm dropping him. He'll probably go off, so look for waivers when I drop him because Chris Olave did the exact same thing I didn't want to happen. Mostert's going to be a start. Khalil Herbert, I mean, if I'm not forced to drop him, I won't. I'll keep him just in case another Montgomery injury. But he is, far from starting.
Zach, welcome to the stream, Zachary.
And Blake as well.
And Blake.
Thank you for joining.
Jags, Colts, or Browns defense? Browns play the Patriots. I know that for a fact.
Yep. Jags play the Colts.
Ooh.
I'm
Colts play Jags. Okay.
And this is how I would rank them. I would go, unfortunately, I hate saying this, even though I have a Patriots jersey right in front of me. I would put the Browns, Jags, and then Colts. No, I'll do Browns, Colts, and then Jags. Colts and Jags are very close. The only difference between the two is interceptions. Turnovers by Matt Ryan might be a little higher, but I think Colts have a more talented defense, so putting them over the Jags offense. But I go Browns first. Appreciate it, Zach.
And then to Blake's question, who would you guys drop for Walker? Ayuk or Garrett Wilson?
Oh, this is a good question because
Kenneth Walker?
Yeah, I was actually in the same predicament, right? I have Ayuk, but I don't want to drop Ayuk because Brandon Ayuk is a solid replacement receiver during the bye weeks. With that being said, I drop Garrett Wilson because I know what Brandon Ayuk's floor is. I think it's higher than Garrett Wilson's. I drop Garrett Wilson over Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk I also drafted, so it's a little sentimental value. That would be my guess.
Thank you for the questions, guys.
Yeah.
We really appreciate
that. You got it, man.
A like, share, comment, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Thank you for all your comments.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Of course, Zachary, anytime.
Yeah.
But back to John's running, not so running backs.
Lack of running backs.
Stopping backs.
Oh, my.
I think I would. This is hard. I don't know. I would offer Marquise Brown, but I feel like David Montgomery is too high of a running back to pair with Marquise Brown for Justin Jefferson. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I love me some wide receivers.
And you love you some Hollywood Brown.
I love Hollywood Brown this year. I mean, for good reason.
Mm-hmm. Consistent. Which, JJ hasn't been the definition of consistent, but still fucking number 3 wide receiver year to date. Which is crazy.
Zach, real quick question.
Oh, let's hear it, Zach.
Should I drop Rashad White, Io Fournette, Garrett Wilson, or Isaiah McKenzie for Kenneth Walker? I don't think I'll get him, but a claim never hurts, and I have Hawkinson and no backup. Taysom season.
Question mark. Taysom season.
Should I drop Rashad White? I have Fournette.
They're both Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. I'd still stay with Garrett Wilson. Isaiah McKenzie, I like his talent. I like Garrett Wilson's talent too, but that New York Jets offense is kind of like hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 1 week Corey Davis, 1 week Michael Carter, 1 week Breece Hall, 1 week Elijah Moore. Sorry. So I go Garrett Wilson for Ken Walker. I believe you can get him. Come on, Zach. I don't think I'll get him. Don't say that. I have Hawkinson and no backup. Taysom season. Taysom good for the next 1 to 2 weeks. I don't think he's going to be a huge focal point in this offense when Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, they all come back. Taysom Hill is going to go back to what he was doing beginning of the season. So I would still put in a claim for him if you can, but just don't expect him to be as productive as he was this past week. Maybe 2 to 3 points is your floor.
I'm not familiar. This is my ignorance. Who's Rashad White play for?
He's the backup for the Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How much fab we using on Taysom Hill? I have Ertz and Waller, so it's a short-term flex thing, but I need a boom player this week. Well, Taysom could be a boom player this week. What's your how much fab should you use? What's your record? Because that matters there, Evan. And I appreciate the question, Evan. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is your starter this week. Waller's out.
Yeah,
That's your.
but he needs that boom player. He wants Taysom to put up 20 points. The chances of that is very slim.
Back-to-back weeks, very slim.
Very slim. But Olave is out, so he could see some.
I have like 4 players on bye. It's rough. 7-3 playing with league median.
I mean, I wouldn't burn too much of your fab. I would say maybe 20%. I wouldn't go any higher than that. 25 at most. Because it's a short-term gain, like you said, but you need a boom. I wouldn't do more than 25%. Fuck it. We'll go to 35. 35 is the highest I'd go, Evan. I have like 4 players on bye. I feel you on that. 35%, Evan. 35% of your budget. That's rough. But Taysom Hill is someone, if you're looking for a 1 week, fill in, I'd do it. But of course, Evan, anytime, man, anytime.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the meantime, we can roll on. We didn't get to this last week, so you want to look at this week's matchups?
Let's do it.
All right.
We'll round it down here.
100% agree, to be honest. So Evan said. 1,000%, Evan.
1,000%, baby.
So we do. So we do on this channel.
Thousands, baby.
Thousands.
All right. Starting with a shit bowl on Thursday night football. The Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears.
Of course, I have a player.
Oh, no.
David Montgomery. Oh, he's probably going to go off, so I'm starting him in one of my leagues.
It's hilarious. It's a pretty much even matchup. It's a 1-point spread.
Yeah.
Money line is minus 105, minus 115. So, I mean, this is a toss-up.
It's a divisional.
Vegas has no idea.
Oh, no, it's not. Never mind.
The Redskins did kill Bears at one time, I guess, so maybe you're not wrong.
Yeah. True.
I have not much to say about this. I don't trust the Washington offense. I will not be playing Khalil Herbert since David Montgomery is back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trust Justin Fields in the Bears offense. So I don't have much to add to this. The over and under is 38. I take the under. Thursday night football, short week.
Not a game I'm interested in watching or betting on.
All right. Starting Sunday's lineup. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bucks or an 8.5-point favorite. Big money line too, minus 350.
Ooh.
This is one of those games on paper that I could see an upset happening, but I wouldn't put my money on it. I'm taking the Bucks in this. Bucks for the win and Bucks to cover 8.5. That's a lot of points, but if the Bucks are who we thought they are, I could definitely see this being a blowout. Just like last week, Bills Steelers 38-3.
Yeah.
This could be just along those notes. Maybe I would say 31-10.
Got to jump in really quick. Dylan's got a couple of questions here.
Dylan, welcome to the pod.
Again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Kamara and get back AJ Brown. I have Saquon and Eckler.
Yes.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, Kamara. I love AJ Brown. Even though he had an off week this week, AJ Brown is a top 8 fantasy wide receiver. I like AJ Brown. Alvin Kamara, very much so injury prone this season, or in seasons in general. You have Saquon and Eckler. I mean, yeah. Dylan, I'm invested, man. I'm invested in your team. Let's go. Let's get AJ Brown.
That's in the matchups.
Back to the matchups. Cincinnati Bengals at the Taysom Hill New Orleans Saints. Bengals are a 1.5 favorite. So pretty much a toss-up on this too. Minus 125 on the money line, plus 105. Pretty much even money. Vegas has no idea who's going to win this game either. They're playing in New Orleans. Burrow back to the Superdome. And the last time he played, he won a national championship. Smoking a cigar.
Of course, Dylan, anytime. I had Chubb too, but I traded him for Hurts and Olave. Great trade. Had Stafford and Prescott. Oh, yeah. Dylan, that was a great trade.
That's a good trade.
Yeah, man, your running backs were stacked. Saquon, Eckler, Chubbs. Yeah, but Jalen Hurts is someone you desperately needed. So good trade there. Wow.
Keep us updated, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan, please keep us updated, man. I'm invested.
Got Diggs too. God damn.
Yeah. Hey,
what's your
let me
record?
be part of this team, man.
What's your record, man?
What's the
It's gonna be
over
3-2. I guarantee you, Dylan's 3-2.
I'm gonna say 4-1.
Okay.
3-2. Hey.
Yeah.
Hand hug.
Oh, wait.
Hey,
Oh no, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
slow down, baby. Appreciate you, Dylan. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the Lost both weeks when I scored 160 plus. Oh,
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So let me guess, you played someone who had TJ Hawkinson
Or Tyreek Hill.
or Tyreek Hill, yeah. Back-to-back weeks, Tyreek Hill and TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Lost by 7 and 4.
Jeez.
Oh, another stat that I saw because of the fact of the 1 and 4 Raiders.
Yeah.
All 4 losses have combined for 14 points.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've had really.
McDaniels, you got to figure it out, bub. Figure it out.
Or you can not figure it out and just go back to New England because we could really use your help.
Matt Patricia. Only thing he knows is the fucking Waffles. Cincinnati Bengals, New Orleans Saints, 1.5.
Not a bad menu, by the way.
Oh, no, it's not. I can go for a waffle right now.
Ooh.
Scattered, covered, and smothered.
Really quick, Dylan was just saying last night's game killed me. Had a 54-point lead, and Mahomes and Devontae killed me.
Oh. Dang. Yeah, that's a deadly combo. Damn, that's never
Monday night game. Loss.
Yeah.
Is that the most difficult one to take? That Monday night, just
Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it, man. Hey, come through every Tuesdays. We're here Tuesdays around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we go till about this time or a little bit later. So
midnight.
come through. Yeah. Come
A
through.
little 3 hour extravaganza. Yeah, Bengals Saints. It is what it is. Jamar Chase. Look for Jamar Chase. Actually, I think he's a bounce back game. Lattimore's out. Best cornerback on the Saints. Jamar will be running wild and free.
This might be his breakout.
I think so. If he doesn't put up 18 points for you, you can rub your foot on my face.
Ooh.
Just kidding. We didn't shake on it. No, we didn't shake on it. We didn't shake on it.
No, but it's recorded.
Hey, you can't see under this table.
I heard Rooney say that he loves Liverpool last week.
Oh,
You cannot see under this table. We did a toe shake. Pinky.
Get your feet away from me. Be gone, Satan. Jaguars, Colts. Colts are a -2 favorite. I'm staying away from this just because it's a divisional game, and we don't know what Jaguar or what Colt is going to show up. If I have to make an assumption, I think the Jaguars are going to upset the Colts. I wouldn't bet the spread. Actually, I would bet the spread +2. But Jonathan Taylor back yet?
Yeah.
He's back?
He's supposed to be back. He's supposed to be.
Look for JT. Maybe a hot take. Michael Pittman plays. Michael Pittman, solid 15 fantasy points.
I like it.
It's that Jags. The divisional games are interesting. Both teams will forget who they are, and it could just be a.
It's either a shootout or
last Thursday.
Yeah,
fucking field goal fest. The New Orleans clam chowder. New England Patriots at the Cleveland Browns. Elfie the Brown. Browns are a -3 favorite.
It's playing in Cleveland in the dog shit. I mean, dog pound.
Going into the season, I wouldn't have said this, but I don't know if the Patriots don't have a better defense than the Chargers. Browns just played Chargers, put up 28. Should have won the game, honestly. Shout out Cade York from LSU, missed a field goal. I like the Patriots in this. +3. Yeah, Patriots +3. I like that. I like it. I got faith. But in Zappy, I trust. Dude's got nothing to lose. Third string quarterback. Backing up Brian Hoyer, who's backing up Mackey. When's a timetable on Mac's return?
Probably next week or the week after.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, look, I like the Patriots, honestly.
You like the Patriots?
I do like the Patriots in this game.
I will be the one who says I do not like the Patriots because we never play well in Cleveland.
No?
No.
Belichick doesn't like going home, huh?
He does not.
No.
So I don't blame him. So we're trying to get through that game as quickly as possible and get the fuck out.
Oh, shit. Look over
I think it's a blowout.
Rhamondre Stevenson. I think he'll do all right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Browns rush D.
He's
but
very
also,
talented running back.
watch out for Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
And Kareem Hunt, too, actually. I like Kareem in this game.
I like Amari Cooper in this game, and I like actually I say New England win only because because Jacoby Brissett, former New England Patriots Super Bowl champion quarterback,
two-time
Super Bowl champion quarterback for the New England Patriots.
2 times in a cage.
I think Bill's going to be like, oh, we know this guy.
Figure him out.
Yeah. They're going to run the ball a lot. I'm going to stack the box. Amari Cooper will get 100 yards, but New England wins.
There we go. Thank you for joining the dark side.
Of course.
Jets, Packers. Packers, 7-point favorite.
Ooh, that's too high.
I agree. It's a lot of points. They just got outscored 29-7 in the second half of this past week. Yeah, 29-7. They put up 17 in a hurry and stalled out. And the Giants, Breece Hall, big week. Packers D, run defense, not too great.
Yeah.
Saquon took over London. Might as well. Should have been the king. It's Prince Saquon this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Breece Hall, Jets running back. Look for him. Don't know who to trust from the Packers wide receiver core.
Hey, Shay. Welcome back, man.
Hey, O'Shea. Dylan, we do not have a Twitter, but we do have an Instagram.
Yeah.
We haven't felt the need to create a Twitter yet.
Yeah.
Something we'll discuss, but
yeah, I'm not a big tweeter.
I love Twitter, but for what the content that we do, I don't think it fits necessarily. But it's something we're open to. You know, if people push for it, we're certainly open to it.
Yeah.
But check out our Instagram pb.j_podcast. And honestly, if you got any questions or anything, just shoot us a comment.
Yeah,
shoot us a DM on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, Shay.
Do I drop Russell? Oh, this is a question. This is a good one.
Need to win now. Oh, the irony.
Shay, what's your record? And how'd you do this past week? I assume you lost based off that comment.
Geno Smith is playing the Cardinals. Russell Wilson is playing the Chargers on Monday Night Football.
10 points.
Mm-hmm.
Or is he in half PPR?
That'll be the same. Yeah.
Shay, I'm almost in the same predicament as you because I was actually thinking about picking up Geno Smith. I was doing a little personal research for my quarterback situation. Geno is actually getting talked about as a waiver pickup.
Yeah.
Not for Russell Wilson. I would probably drop, I think, Stafford or whoever the fuck's on my bench. Not Trey Lance, I'll tell you that.
This is a hard one.
It is a hard one because
Geno plays, DK plays, who do they play?
Cardinals.
Yep.
Broncos, Chargers, Monday Night Football.
I'm sticking with Russ. With this one. I think a divisional game. It's going to be a lot different than we expect it to be. It's not going to be super high scoring, other than Marquise Brown going for a tutty. I'm sticking with Russ on this one. Reluctantly sticking with Russ, but I'm sticking with Russ. Shay?
Yeah, we hadn't got to it yet, but I actually like the Broncos this week, to be honest. Maybe not necessarily to win, but I think it's going to be a shootout with them and the Chargers. And I think Russ finally clicks and finds his receivers in that offense.
Yeah.
I actually like Russ this week.
Yeah. Shay, appreciate you coming through. Any other questions? Let us know. Waiver wires this week. Kenneth Walker, number 1 for sure. Michael Gallup's up there for me. Hayden Hurst is up there. Jacoby Myers and of course Taysom Hill, but I wouldn't burn your top 3 waiver priority on him. Shay, we need you to win this week, man. You gotta represent for Wyoming. Please.
Wyoming.
How is Wyoming, Shay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you recommend someone from Georgia to come visit Wyoming?
It would be 1, I think, to check out on my list at least.
Yeah.
That, getting away from the
City
hustle
life,
and bustle.
the city life of Woodstock for
Yeah,
you?
that's what it is. Yeah.
Y'all ain't worried about Russ' shoulder at all, or him getting sacked a bunch by Khalil Mack. I'm scared.
I mean, I'm not too worried. I think he's going to start running a little bit more than we think he will. I think he's going to start running the ball because part of his game is his feet. He's got to utilize it, and I think he's going to have to. Not to worry about Khalil Mack. That Chargers defense is not looking good.
Mm-mm.
It's just not looking good.
Most is out this week too, I believe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which certainly helps the Broncos offensive line because they're struggling.
Yeah.
I got more confidence in Russ than Geno.
Yeah, I think Geno's going to get worked. Oh, I feel more free than anyone else in the country at 1 person per 6 square.
Damn.
Jeez.
Wow.
I didn't know it was that drastic.
Shay, I'm coming to visit, man. We're coming to visit. We're bringing the PB&J to you.
Wyoming. Hey, what do y'all have up there? Is that a Grand Teton National Park? Fun fact, that is French, and it's pronounced Teton.
Oh,
French, that's titties in French, I swear.
Oh, wow.
It's Grand Teton National Park.
Grand titties.
But they pronounce it Grand Teton or Grand Teton, whatever.
Sounds
but
like a good place.
Man, Sha, you got your Tetons out? Put them things up.
Sha. Sounds like a great place to visit.
Sha?
Grand Teton.
Grand Teton National Park.
Oh.
That might actually be Montana. I might have fucked the whole thing up.
Yeah.
I know they got Cheyenne. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well,
We got next.
I got you next.
Hey.
Oh, slow down, baby.
Sunday Night Football.
We got a couple more on Sunday. Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants.
That's a good game.
That's a great game.
Unfortunately,
Look for Saquon to have another big game against that Ravens rush D.
I like it.
But look for Lamar Jackson to do Lamar Jackson things with the Giants passing D.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. J.K. Dobbins could have a solid game.
Yeah.
Don't trust the Giants D too much. Vikings, Dolphins.
Vikings win.
Come on, JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vikings win. Dolphins are in shambles right now. They need Tua, although don't know if he's going to come back. Look for Mostert to do decent for the Dolphins. Just don't trust their passing right now.
Wow. Shay said the Tetons is his backyard.
Knew it was Wyoming.
Wow.
And that's geography.
That's crazy.
Is that Gillette?
What?
Gillette, Wyoming. That's a place, I think.
Gillette? I know there's Cheyenne and there's Fort Collins, or is that Denver?
I'm not from this country.
If you can tell or not.
Yeah.
But, my U.S.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell.
I can tell you where Germany is, but,
I can tell you where Kuala Lumpur is.
Tell you where the Swiss
It's on my
Alps are.
arm.
Swiss Alps or Alps?
Alps. That's what I say.
I was just curious. I've say it both ways, but I don't even. That's English, my main language, and I can't even speak it. So, 49ers at the Falcons. I'm taking the 49ers.
Look for 49ers defense to come up big here. I'm predicting them to score a touchdown. I'm looking for Jeff Wilson to score a touchdown. Gets back-to-back 100-yard games for Jeff Wilson. And don't know if Kyle Pitts is going to play. Dear God, I hope Kyle Pitts plays.
Falcons hope that too because without Cordell, without Kyle, they just have a stagnant defense.
Yeah.
Thank God the refs threw that flag. Otherwise, they would have won last week. Yeah, I like 49ers. I don't like the Falcons.
All over the Falcons.
Over and over again. All right. Oh, wow. That's a lot of points. Carolina Panthers at the Rams. Rams are 11-point favorite. That might be the biggest spread yet.
I can see that.
NFL. The Panthers, as much as I just talk shit on the Falcons, the Panthers are also a dumpster fire, which is hilarious because they're tied for second in the NFC South. I don't know how the Panthers will win this game.
Yeah.
Don't know. Don't know. Hot take. I'm still not starting him. Might even drop him. Allen Robinson puts over 10 points this week.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Only because they're up 40-7 and the third string quarterback finally throws them the ball. But
I like it.
Yeah. Allen Robinson. Cooper Kupp might put up 30 this week. Coop. Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks.
Cardinals all over the Seahawks this game. Calling it right now. Zach Ertz, 2 touchdowns. Marquise Brown, 1 touchdown, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay. 11 receptions.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray runs for 60 yards.
On 8 carries, over 6. They get the win.
All over.
Seahawks.
Is it at Seattle? Or?
It is at Seattle.
Okay.
12th man.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs.
That Sunday Night Football?
No, I think that's a 4:00.
Wow.
Game. Must be the 4:00 game.
Are you going to be home by then? Or no? Oh no, you might not. Okay. Wow, what a game! This is a tough one. This is a tough one to pick. What's the spread?
Oof. The spread is Bills minus 2.5.
It's at Buffalo?
KC.
Oh. Why are they getting these games? They just had the Raiders there.
Bills at Chiefs minus 2.5.
I go Bills. I'm going Bills. Even though they haven't looked the best the past couple weeks. I'm going Bills here. Bills.
I don't want to isolate it to a certain running back, but look for the Bills running back core to have a good game.
Really? Okay.
Isaiah McKenzie, Zach Moss, if he even still plays.
Yeah.
Devin Singletary.
Okay.
Thinking about playing him this week? Don't know, but we'll see. I like the Bills running back and the Chiefs. You know, I love me some Kelsey. The Chiefs have to have offensive firepower in this game to even stay remotely close. So don't know if I play the Bills D if I have the Bills D.
Oh, yeah, Kansas City high-powered offense.
That's a toughie.
You just got to rely on turnovers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, of course, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a good game.
This is a great game. Top 3 defense versus top offense.
Oh, wow.
Divisional matchup. 42 is over and under. Eagles are 4.5-point favorites. 42 points. I actually like the over in this game.
Really?
42.
Yeah.
I like over 42. I think the Eagles win and cover that 4.5 points.
I like the Eagles winning, but I like the Cowboys beating them. What? Jalen Hurts runs for 80 yards. What? 1 touchdown.
Michael Parsons, 2 sacks.
Okay. Picking the Cowboys here because I hate the Eagles.
But we love me some A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Divisional
Chargers
game.
are 5.5-point favorites. I still like the Broncos.
You do?
5.5 points. I still like the Broncos. Eckler, continue to give me 30 points, please. I think this is going to be a fireworks show. Over and under is 45. I'm taking the over. Let's hope it's not a snooze fest for Monday Night Football. Russ has not showed up to primetime yet.
Got a quick chat from Wizzy. Thank you for joining. Week 6, buy low wide receivers. It's getting that
I'm
time
rubbing
in
off on
evening.
you, dude.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, it's
blah, blah.
midnight.
Buy low wide receivers.
Buy lows. Wizzy, thanks for joining in.
Thank you, sir.
Wizzy Jefferson.
I'll give you a few buy low candidates. Michael Pittman, buy low. You can definitely get him low right now. His value cannot be any lower for where he was drafted. St. Brown, only because he's been injured.
Mm-hmm.
He's also on my buy low. He's also on a bye week. So definitely go St. Brown. I'll give you one more, Jalen Waddle. But there's a huge asterisk on that if Tua comes back. But you can get him super low right now. You should be able to. Those are my three. Anyone want to add anything else? Christian Kirk you can get for a backup. I mean, a bench player. I think, or like a Dallas Goedert tight end. If you have two tight ends, if you ended up drafting Dallas Goedert, picking him up, or George Kittle. Either way, I'll try and trade for that. Cortland Sutton, another buy low. Even though he's getting the targets, he hasn't gotten too many touchdowns or too many yards. If he has a touchdown, another buy low.
Yeah, I don't know how low he is, but I'll add Devin Duvernay. Seems like Lamar loves him.
Yeah.
But once again, not sure how low he is.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably be a little inflated right now.
Those are mine.
Who would your number one be there? If you
Pick up.
Mhm.
Buy low, I mean. Probably Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman would be my first one I'd go for. And then Cortland Sutton. You would have to give up a little bit more for Cortland Sutton, but still, it shouldn't be like RB1 for Cortland Sutton. It should be RB2. So Cortland Sutton will slap.
Bars.
In terms of what you can get, the most bang for your buck, Michael Pittman. Easy.
All right. Yep. Broncos, Chargers. Anybody else to add?
No, that's it. Wheezy, thanks for coming back, man.
Wheezy animal. All
That's it.
That is it for the Week 6 PB&J Sports Talk.
Sports Talk. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Tune in on Sundays for a live stream on our regular podcast, and then on Spotify on Mondays as well. Thanks so much, Wheezy. You have a good night. Everyone have a good night. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. We'll be streaming twice a week, and hopefully soon we'll start doing some gaming as well, streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And watch our YouTube shorts. We just put out a couple good ones, and
Good luck to everybody's fantasies.
Good luck. Week 6.
Let us know how you do next week.
Please.
Take care.
See ya.
Cheers.